Looking around in the clearest way, we'll find many things still in the darkness.
And we realize we can give silence. We have to bring the fire to enlighten this world.
Looking back to the history of our nation, there were big ideas and great creations. Raise your hands and move your feet. Let's fight against organization. Share the speed of innovation. Speed and educator.
Looking through the future of humanity, we'll see many problems, but also the resolution.
Just get ready for making history.
Together we can accomplish all expectations.
Please not always easy. There must be so many youths that you believe in our motivation. To become the next together. Raise your hands and move your feet. Let's fight against organization. Share the speed of innovation. Speed and educator. Raise your hands and move your feet. Let's fight against organization. Share the speed of innovation. Speed and educator. Raise your hands and move your feet. Let's fight against organization. Share the speed of innovation. Speed and Looking around in the clearest way, we'll find many things still in the darkness.
And we realize we can give silence. We have to bring the fire to enlighten this world. street only reflection. Speed and fade and get done. Raise your hands and move with me. Let's fight against all kinds of subjection. Set us free, only reflection. Speed and fade and get done. Raise your hands and move with me. Let's fight against all kinds of subjection. Set us free, only reflection. Speed and fade and get Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mr. Sucipto, M.Pd, PhD as the Head of English Educational Study Program of Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. The Honorable Dr. Norhazlina binti Husin as our international guest lecturer today. The Honorable Mr. Hayudi, S.Pd, M.Ed as the moderator. The Honorable all lecturers of English Educational Study Program and all the other lecturers and participants. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let us pray and praise Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Because of His blessing and mercy, we can attend this international guest lecture without any obstacle in healthy condition. Second, let us greet and pray to our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us to the path of light and left the darkness in this life. My name is Marshanda Safaulia. As today's Master of Ceremony, I would like to welcome you to this international guest lecture with the theme Common Challenges of Translation. Before we started, let me read today's agenda. The first agenda is opening, the second is the main agenda, the third agenda is the Q&A session, fourth, the handover of certificate, and last but not least, closing. Ladies and gentlemen, we now reach the first agenda, opening. Let's open this international lecture today by reciting Basmalah together. The second agenda is the main agenda, which is what we wait for, explanation by our today's guest lecturer, Dr. Norhazlina binti Husin, the coordinator of research and publication, Akademi Pengajian Bahasa or ADB, in University Teknologi Mara Shah Alam, Selangor, Malaysia. But before that, allow me to introduce our today's moderator, Mr. Hayudi, one of the alumnus from the English Educational Study Program of Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, and he is currently a lecturer in the English Educational Study Program Universitas Muhammadiyah Bangka Belitung for OBE curriculum subjects included, and has also published a lot of academic writings as well. One of his written works entitled Coast Editing Machine Translation or PEMT as the preference method for university students in Indonesia. To Mr. Hayudi, time is yours.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for the Master of Ceremony. I hope everyone here can listen to my voice clearly, right? Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Apakah terdengar suara saya?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear your voice clearly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bapak dan Ibu, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to be here as the moderator of this special occasion, of course, international guest lecture hosted by the English Education Department of Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. I am Hayudi, currently a lecturer of the English Department of Universitas Muhammadiyah Bangka Belitung, also as the alumnus of English Education Department of Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. So it is such a big honor for me to be invited back to this beloved campus, even it is only on the screen, right? Okay, the Honorable respected Dean of the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education of Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, respected Head of English Education Department, Bapak Sucipto PhD, and professors, doctors, and all academia, including students participating in this international guest lecture. And the most special one, our respected speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Norhazlina Husin. Okay, let me say hi. Good afternoon, Dr. Norhazlina. We hope you are doing good there.
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Thank you.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah, sure, but maybe it is in the low volume of your voice.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure. We can hear you. Yeah. Okay. Let me read a simple resume of our speaker for today. She is Associate Professor Dr. Norhazlina Husin, Associate Professor of Translation Studies and Coordinator of Research and Publications, University Teknologi Mara, UITM Shah Alam, Malaysia. And she earns his BA, Bachelor's of Education in Translations and Interpretations, University Science Malaysia, Master of Art in Translations, University Science Malaysia, and Doctor of Philosophy in Translation as well, and University Science Malaysia. So without any doubt that she is going to talk about translation for this afternoon. And she also has working experiences like in University Teknologi Mara since 2006 until now, in Walayalak University in Thailand, and since 2004 until 2005, and College Kurniawan and Aetna University Insurance Insurance in Kuala Lumpur. And we can see that her area of expertise in translations, translation training, text editing, media, language and translations, translation editing, translations evaluations, teaching Malay for foreign language. So, dear colleges, during these 3 hours ahead, we are going to be together with you under the theme of common challenge of translations. So, by the development of the artificial intelligence nowadays, human translations seems to be slowly eliminated, right? And machine translation seems better than what human can do. But, however, we are going to be listening to the presentations from our respected Dr. Norhazlina Husin, and also from her perspective of translations, of course. So, the audience, please be noted that after the presentation delivered, there will be a questions and answer sessions. So please make sure you are with us. Yeah, and also please, I would like to remind you, please turn on your camera so that the interactive will be better. So without further ado, Dr. Norhazlina, you are pleased, Doctor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hayudi. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Very good evening. Selamat sore to the lecturers and students of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan UAD. Okay. First of all, thank you for the invitation. I hope this session would benefit us, especially the students of English Education Study Program, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. Just an introduction set. Okay, I've been to UAD or Universitas Ahmad Dahlan in 2017 actually. So I am one of the 3 lecturers who were sent there to discuss possible cooperation and or MOU between these 2 universities. So Alhamdulillah, it went well, and I'm sure that all of you know that there are a lot of activities, programs that had been held that involve students and staffs from both universities. So today I will be sharing few, I can say that just a little bit of from my experience, from my knowledge with you all in UAD, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. So I hope that it would benefit us. Okay, let me share with you my slide first. Okay, can you see my slide? Because I couldn't see. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I couldn't see my. Okay, now I can see. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me stop first because I'm using two screens, so I think I should use only one screen. Okay, hold on. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, let me. Okay, can you see my slide now?
Yes, doctor. It's clearly.
Okay. Are you looking at my PowerPoint as PowerPoint slideshow or?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
it is in the slideshow mode. Yeah.
okay. So my topic will be common challenges of translation. So I'll be sharing with you common challenges in translating text, in translating documents. Okay, what what I'm going to share with you is only the common challenges, and I'm sure that if I'm not mistaken, I have been informed that most of the students are students in semester 3 and 5. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I hope that you have gained a bit knowledge about translation. Okay, let's start. Okay, what is translation? Can you give the definition of translation? Maybe you can type at the chat box there. Okay, what is the definition of translation that you know?
Well, dear participants, you can participate by typing in the chat box maybe. What is
Yeah.
translations? Yeah.
What is the definition of translation that you know? One? Or can I just call a name? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Avik Yusuf. I hope that I pronounced your name correct. Okay, translate or change from source language to the target language. Wow, okay. Source and target languages. Okay. An activity to find the meaning or definition of target language. Ah, good. Oh, okay. Anyone? Any other definitions? Okay. By looking at these two definitions given by Avik Yusuf and FKIP.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like yes, you have the basic knowledge of translation. Yes, translation is hold on, one more. Transferring of language to another for a more understandable language. Ah, okay. This one is also good. Okay. I noticed that you know the definition of translation. Okay. yes, the translation is a process of transferring from one language to another language. Ricky Hendra says, the process of converting the meaning of a written message or text from one language to another. This one is a bit detailed. Okay, yes, this one is, translation is how to turn, how to turn our mother tongue, our mother language, to another language without any changing of meanings. Okay, there is a word meaning there. Okay, good. Transferring source. This one. Ratrino. I think maybe Ratrino is one of the lecturers. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Transferring source language to target language. This is also good. Okay. Yes. Translation is the process of transferring from one language to another language. But what people might think is, people might think that, okay, if you have two languages, you can speak in two languages, meaning that you can translate because you have the languages. But it is in translation, it is actually, it needs more than that. It needs more than language, because translation is does not involve only language. It involves more than that. Okay. Okay. From this screen, you can see that. Okay. The first one, the process of translating words or text from one language to another, there is a very common or very basic definition of translation. Okay, when we talk about translation, okay, there are a lot of definitions given by scholars, given by theories before us, and they said that, okay, one of them is Catford. He said that, okay, translation is the replacement of textual material in one language by equivalent textual material in another language, which is target language. And Naida and Tabor said, translating consists in reproducing in the receptor language the closest natural equivalent of the source language message, first in terms of meaning and secondly in terms of style. Whereas Newmark said, translation or translating is rendering the meaning of a text into another language in the way that the author intended the text. And one more by Hatim and Monday, translation is the process of transferring a written text from source language to the target language. Okay, from this slide, you can see that I highlighted few words, for example, textual material, message, equivalent, style, meaning, and process. Because translation involves more than transferring word from one language into another language. It more than that, okay? But we tend to think that, okay, because I have two languages, definitely I can translate well, because I can use the language correctly. Yes, it is correct if you really master the languages. But then when we talk about languages, when we talk about two different languages, meaning that there are other aspects, there are other factors that should be taken into consideration. Okay. Okay. And translation is the transfer of meaning from one language to another. It is not the transfer of words from language to language, meaning that we cannot say that, oh, translation is transferring from one language to another language, or just change the language of a word from language A into language B. No, it is not only that, because when we talk about languages, languages are not just different words. Different languages have different grammar, different word orders, and sometimes even words for which other languages do not have any equivalence. For example, okay, I am now in Malaysia. My national language is Bahasa Melayu Malaysia, and you are in UAD, Jakarta, and your national language is Bahasa Indonesia. So people might think that, okay, because these two languages come from the same language family, so we are sharing the same language. Yes, we are. Yes, these two languages come from the same language family, but we cannot say that we are 100% the same. There are words in Indonesia meaning A, but the same word in Bahasa Melayu means B. So it can pose challenges in translation. So what can be translated? Okay, so there are many things, many documents, many, I can say that many audios can be translated. Okay, these are some of the examples. I'm sure that you know Harry Potter, what Harry Potter is, who Harry Potter is. Okay, you can translate fiction, you can translate sign language. I'm sure that your sign language in Indonesia is not exactly the same as sign language in English, because we in Malaysia, we do not have exactly the same sign language in Bahasa Melayu and English. Yes, we can translate technology tools like what our moderator said just now. We are now in the world that the technology is we can see that the rapid growth of technologies. Okay, yes, we can translate subtitles, films, movie. We can translate advertisements like McDonald's here. We can translate comics like Budak Kampung. We can translate religious document, religious texts like Al-Quran, and we can translate literary work. This is one of the examples of literary work in Malaysia. The Epic of Hang Tuah or Hikayat Hang Tuah has been translated into English. And we also can translate songs, for example, Inshallah. And I'm sure that all of you in Indonesia know that Hanya Rindu by M.Ed has been translated into English. And for your information, because I'm teaching translation, we do have, there is an assessment for the students to do, which is to compare, to analyze the translation. And I can say that M.Ed is one of the most popular songs has chosen by the students to analyze. Okay, I do not know, maybe because of the song is not very catchy, but maybe it is suitable popular among the youngsters. So I can say that every semester we have at least one Hanya Rindu by M.Ed. So they analyze the translation of M.Ed from Bahasa Indonesia into English. Okay, so these are some of the examples of documents or text or maybe songs can be translated into target language. Okay, so our topic for today is common challenges of translation. So I have divided the challenges into 4 groups. One is language, one is culture, and one is personal matters, and the last one is industry. Okay, when we talk about language, we know that language structure, which is often referred to as linguistic structure, and consists of the systematic organization of elements within a language that allows for effective communication. It is the framework that underlies the way words, phrases, and sentences are formed and combined to convey meaning. So when we talk about language structure, there are several key components that we need to take into consideration, and they are phonetics and phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, grammar, lexicon, discourse structure, and orthography or sounds. I'm sure that all of you know that you have 26 alphabets in Bahasa Indonesia, and the pronunciation of your alphabets are not the same as your alphabets in Malaysia. So we follow English A, B, C, D, and you A, B, C, and so on. So people might think that yes, we are sharing same alphabets. So what is the point of saying that phonetics and phonology can pose challenges in translation? Yes, they are. For example, the word RENDANG. I do not want to pronounce the word. Let me I want to spell the word. RENDANG. So how do you pronounce the word? Time.
So is it open for all the participants, Doctor?
Yes, for the
Yeah.
participants.
So please, you may unmute yourself. How to pronounce the word rendang?
Yes.
Rendang.
Rendang. So Fuan says rendang. Anyone?
Yeah.
Any other student? Rendang. Okay. Okay.
Rendang.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. But they keep typing in the chat box. I think they need to pronounce it directly, right?
Yes. You okay. Try to pronounce this word. Because the if you type it, you cannot pronounce it. Okay, try to
Yeah.
pronounce.
Rendang.
Rendang.
Rendang. Yeah.
Okay, Azam, rendang with H.
Rendang.
Okay. Yes, because I'm sure that you pronounce it as rendang because we do have rendang. You have
Yes.
rendang. We in Malaysia have rendang. But there is another word, same spelling, but with different meaning and different pronunciation, which is rendang. Okay, have you ever heard the word rendang? Rendang is very small, very small. Normally, it refers to tree, plants, very small plants. Pokok rendang. So if, yes, randuk. Yes, thank you. So if we do not have the idea of the differences in phonetics and phonology, we might translate rendang as rendang, the food, instead of referring to the plants, the small plants. So these are some of the challenges that involve language structure. So we cannot say that, we cannot say that, yes, we know the language structure of two languages, but we as a translator, we have to know the differences between languages, okay? We know that there are different parts of speech in two languages, okay? These 8 parts of speech are very common: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, but the meaning of this part of speech, we cannot say will be the same, will always be the same between two languages, okay? There was a student, there was students of mine, okay? She said, at first, she said that she wanted to compare the meaning of preposition in Bahasa Melayu and the meaning of preposition in Bahasa Indonesia. At first, she said that, okay, most probably she will get exactly the same. The meaning, the use, the function, the structure, the position of the preposition will be the same. But she notices that, oh, they are not the same. So we cannot say that, okay, even though we are sharing or we come from the same language family, meaning that we will share the same parts of speech, sentence structure or types of sentences. Okay, I can say that, okay, when we talk about sentence structure and word orders, okay, there are languages that they start their sentences with noun, and some of the languages they start their sentences with verb. So it depends. So we as a translator, we have to make sure that we understand well the sentence structure of the target language. So your target language, I'm sure that your target language is English, right? Because you are the students of English, come again, English of education study program. So you will be becoming a teacher one day. Okay. So there are types of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Okay. We cannot say that, okay, in all languages will use same type of sentences. Okay, for example, declarative to some languages is very, very strong sentence. To some linked to some culture, to some societies, to some communities. Declarative is very common, okay? Or imperative. Sometimes for some to some people, they think that imperative is very strong sentence. So it depends on the meaning. We are not transferring the sentence. We are not. We cannot retain the same types of sentence, but we are trying our best to retain the same meaning in source language and the target language. So we cannot change unless the culture or the target language allows us to change the structure or change the meaning of the words. Okay. Okay. These are some of the examples. Okay. Like proper nouns. People might think that, oh, proper noun is the when I was just a little kid, I thought proper noun is very easy for me. Okay. Because I said, okay, for example, we do have, before this, we do have, okay, let's say in the US, they have White House. It is very easy. It can be translated as Rumah Putih in Bahasa Melayu. But then, as I grow up, I noticed that there are a lot of proper nouns that cannot be translated. If we translate it, it can carry different meaning, or maybe we translate it wrongly. Okay. Yes, KLCC can be translated as KLCC. We can retain. But how about this white building? Can anyone translate this? This white building. I'm sure that you know what this building is. The white building. Anyone?
Well, anyone knows what building is that? I think it is too small so that the participants cannot see it clearly.
Too small, okay. Okay, I thought it quite. Okay.
KLCC Twin Tower, yeah.
Yes, KLCC Tower is the first one, the white one. Okay, this one is the first one. This one, the second one. Okay, can you translate this? Is it too small? There is a clue there.
Is it President's Office of Indonesia, I think?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, what is the official name of this residence?
Istana Merdeka.
Istana Merdeka.
Yeah, Istana Merdeka. So, okay, can you translate this name, Istana Merdeka, into English?
Yeah.
If it's literally, I think it's Independence Castle.
Yes.
And I think it's weird.
It's weird.
Yes. If you translate it literally, it becomes Independent Castle or Independent. Oh, Freedom Palace.
White House.
Freedom Palace. White House. Okay. Okay. I noticed. Okay. Okay. This is Istana Merdeka. So if you can translate, because I noticed that. Okay, the word Merdeka is retained, but the word Istana is translated as palace. Okay, palace. Okay. So we cannot say that, okay, every proper noun should be translated with its equivalent in the target language. If we translate this as independent castle, independent palace, it will convey different meaning. So people might think that, okay, so it is not independent, now it is independent now. Okay, so Merdeka Palace. Okay, yes, it is Merdeka Palace. Okay, I would like to take your attention. I would like you to look at Azam Firdausi's translation, White House. Okay. Yes, if you are not talking about the residents of
Indonesia.
The presidents of Indonesia, yes, we can translate this building, this big building, as White House. Yes, it is correct. But if you are talking about the residents, yes, it cannot be translated as independent or dependent. Okay, merdeka, independent, because it will convey different meaning. Okay, and when we talk about language structure, language differences, okay, definitely we have to make sure that we understand singular and plural. I'm sure that all of you, you are English students, you know very well singular and plural, but okay, there are certain cases, there are certain words that they have different form. Okay, for example, yes, in Bahasa Melayu we do have buku-buku, dua buah kereta. In Bahasa Melayu Malaysia we say dua buah kereta. So what do you say in Bahasa Indonesia? Dua biji kereta atau dua buah kereta? Or dua kereta? Two trains, okay. Two trains, okay. Dua kereta, dua kereta. Yes, okay. So dua kereta, you know that, okay, it can be translated as two cars. Okay, but but in Bahasa Melayu Malaysia, we do have compounds words, buku-buku, kereta-kereta, and we do have penjodoh bilangan. So dua buah kereta. So this dua buah kereta cannot be translated as two fruits of cars. So it will be weird. So if we still think that, because I know Bahasa Melayu and I know Bahasa English, so definitely I can translate well. So yes, some of the words can be omitted, but it depends. Okay. So in English, yes, there are different kind of forms. Book can becomes books, box, boxes, ox, oxen, tooth, and suddenly it becomes teeth. Goose becomes geese. Leaf, leaves, different spelling. Okay, it goes the same to the present tense, and future tense. When I was little kid, I thought everything should be ended with ed. So I play, I played, I walk, I walk. But then when it comes to words such as buy, eat, so it has different form. So as a translator, let's say you want to translate from Bahasa Melayu Indonesia into English, meaning that you have to make sure that you master the English language, your master of English language is good. Okay. 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 Pardon me if I pronounce your name wrongly. Rizka or Rizka. Rizka, I think.
Yeah.
Rizka. Yes. I like your response. You said you type there dua mobil. Yes. In Indonesia, you don't use the word kereta. Yes, you use the word mobil. So dua mobil, two cars. Okay. So another example is, this is also a challenge. Okay. Okay, this is also a challenge. Okay. Gender. Gender. Okay, there are languages that have gender in their language. For example, English, he and she. But in Bahasa Melayu Malaysia, we do not have gender. It's either dia or ia. Okay, it goes the same to animal, calf and ox, hen and rooster. Okay, okay. Do you learn Arabic in UAD? You learn Arabic?
I think for English department students, they're not learning Arabic.
Okay.
Only some maybe, doctor.
Some of you, okay. I'm sure that if you know, if you learn Arabic, they have singular and plural. Okay, not plural, so it can be divided into, it's either female or male. So, okay, ana, anti, antum, antuna. Okay, so you have to make sure that you know everything, so that the word he will not be translated as she in the target language. So it becomes different meaning. So it will be mistranslated. Okay. Another one is age. Okay. I like to give these examples to my student, and I ask them what is other word for animals based on their ages. Okay, for example, yes, we know cat. Cat is the mother or the big cat or the grown cat. Okay, and then we have kitten. Okay, so how about cow? What is the name of cow, baby cow, in English?
Calf.
Calf, yes, correct. Okay, good. Calf, Christopher. Okay, and how about this? Tiger. Tiger.
Cup, maybe?
Okay.
Cup, cup.
Okay, yes, Christopher, and okay, one more. And one more. Kangaroo. Yes, baby kangaroo is called Joey, Joey. So, Joey is, yes, very glamorous name for male in Malaysia, but Joey is also a baby kangaroo. Okay, okay, how about goat? O-T, G-O-A-T, what is the name of baby goat? Yes, correct.
A kid.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a kid.
yes, kid. Okay, I noticed that some of the students, they know very well. Okay, kid. Yes, kid is baby goat. So we cannot say, okay, cat can always be translated, kucing can always be translated as cat. It can be also can be translated as kitten. It depends. Okay. Okay. This one. Because I'm teaching Bahasa Melayu for foreign speakers. Currently, I'm teaching Bahasa Melayu for Russians. So these are some of the very common questions they want to know. Okay, so these are some of the questions, okay, translated from English into Bahasa Indonesia and Bahasa Indonesia into English. So if you notice, okay, where is the bathroom? Where saya ada di mana ya? Okay, ini harganya berapa? How much is this? Where is the train station? Di mana stasiun kereta api? Can you speak English? Apakah anda bisa bahasa Inggris atau bisa berbahasa Inggris? Do you have any recommendations? Adakah anda punya rekomendasi? Okay. Can you, this, if you have the chance to meet with the foreigners who wants to learn your language, these are very common questions that they want to know how to translate them. Okay. And if you notice that, okay, from all these 5 sentences, there are different kinds of translation. So can you give your comments based on this translation, all these 5 translation? Okay, for example, let me share with you. Okay, where is the bathroom? The word bathroom here is translated as WC. Okay, in Indonesia, because you use this more instead of bathroom sebagai kamar mandi or bilik mandi in bahasa Melayu here, bilik mandi. So when we talk about translation, even though we know that, okay, bathroom is this, but in your language, it cannot be translated as kamar mandi for most of the time. It depends. Okay. Okay. Bathroom is kamar kecil. Thank you, Arilia. Yes. Bathroom is kamar kecil. Here in Bahasa Melayu Malaysia, kamar kecil Bilik kecil means there is another meaning of that. Okay. Okay, ini harganya berapa? How much is this? Okay. So what can you comment based on the translation? You can see the pattern of the translation. So from that you can comment.
Is it about the word harganya, maybe? Much?
Sorry, Mr. Hayudi?
Is it about the word harga? Harga? It's translated to be much, how much?
Yes, that is one example. Harga, the word harga translated as how much. Okay, yes. Okay, what else?
Well, for all participants, we can type in the chat box, maybe. Yeah.
Yes, you can type in the chat box. Some
About the sentence order, maybe.
yeah, one is sentence order, word order. What else?
Yeah, what other?
The spelling of the words. One?
Maybe they think hard about the sentence.
Don't think so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give another example. Okay, the word station. So you translate it. You retain the almost the same pronunciation, station as station, or different, maybe different pronunciation. So it is naturalized in your language. Okay, another word is recommendations. Okay, rekomendasi. Okay, for us in Bahasa Melayu, okay, we cannot always translate the word shins or the syllable shins as si in Bahasa Melayu, but I can say that many of my students, they tend to translate this as recommendations, rekomendasi, implementation, implementasi. Yes, implementation is implementasi, but recommendation is not rekomendasi in Bahasa Melayu. So we cannot say that, oh, okay, one is shins, television. Okay, so it will always be C in the target language. So there are varieties of forms in the target language. So we have to make sure that we know that. Okay, so this is one of the challenges because how do we know? Okay, so I'm sure that in Bahasa Indonesia, it will be easier compared to Bahasa Melayu Malaysia because yes, you have, because you know that, okay, another word that youngsters here like to use is mantul. Mantul is mantap betul, right? Okay, so because of the influence of so many languages, Bahasa Melayu Malaysia, Bahasa Melayu Indonesia, English, and they do have Korean, so it can pose them challenges because which one is the correct one? So should I use this spelling instead of another spelling? So we as a translator should know that. But I can say that being a translator or being someone who is bilingual, sometimes it is quite difficult for us to differentiate. So we have to master, we have to make sure that we familiarize with the language. Okay, another example is this. Okay, because you are English study program students, so I'm sure that you will be asked to translate from Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Indonesia into English. So you have to make sure which English. It's either American English or British English. Okay, for example, the word football. Football in British is different with football in the US. One is rugby, another one is it is sepak bola. Football translated into Malay, one is sepak bola in your country, but in our country, it is bola sepak. So we cannot say that, oh, okay, it is easy to translate. Okay. Another example I give is selamat petang here in Malaysia. Selamat petang is after 2, but you in Indonesia, selamat sore after 3, if I'm mistaken, right? Am I correct? So different time, different words. So we have to make sure that we know all, we know the languages very well. Okay. This one is, another one is compound words. Okay. I'm sure that you know what compound words are. Okay. But translating compound words, it can be difficult. Okay. Because it is quite challenging, because you do not know whether the compound word should be close compound words, hyphenated, or open compound. Okay. For example, toothpaste. How do you translate it into bahasa Indonesia?
Pasta gigi.
Gigi? Yes. But in bahasa Melayu Malaysia, it is ubat gigi. So I do not know why ubat, because we have been using this ubat gigi since ages. So it is ubat gigi instead of pasta gigi, because pasta in Malaysia is the spaghetti, fettuccine, that is pasta. Okay. So mother-in-law, how do you translate that into bahasa Indonesia? Second one, hyphenated compounds. Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law, ibu mertua.
Ibu mertua. Yes, it can be translated as ibu mertua. Yes, thank you, without hyphen. Okay. And then how do you translate post office?
Kantor pos.
Kantor pos. Azam, Avi, and Melia. Kantor pos, yes. If in bahasa Melayu Malaysia, it would be pejabat pos, because we have different words for office. One is kantor, one is pejabat. So we cannot say that, okay, because we are living, because we can speak, we are using 2 languages, definitely we can use translation correctly. Whether it is hyphenated, compounds, or open compounds, we should understand well, because it involves grammar. So for me, let's say ubat gigi, it should be written as 2 words. So if the student writes it as ubat gigi as 1 word, so I would consider it as wrong, because translation also involves grammar. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay, we know that, okay, there are compound words that carry cultural meaning. Okay, so if there is a very specific or unique meaning, meaning that in the compound words, meaning that we cannot translate it directly. Okay, so we have to think we have to translate it with the best or the closest equivalent that we can find. Okay, for example, this one, black sheep. So how do you translate this black sheep into bahasa Indonesia? Kambing hitam. That is, I can say that this is quite easy, because
Buah tangan.
buah tangan. You serious, Azam? Buah tangan? Okay. Yes, you can translate it easily because you know that, okay, black sheep is kambing hitam. Okay, how about anak bawang? Can you translate it into English? Okay, what is the meaning of anak bawang? What is the meaning of anak bawang?
Bawang.
Hmm.
Newbie.
Newbie. Not really.
Anak bawang. Kids maybe.
Member. Ah, okay.
New
New
member.
member. Newbie. New member. Okay. Okay. When we talk about translation, okay, there are words that, let's say one word, it has one meaning, but because of the evolution, because of the changes, so most probably there are words that involve, so it carries another meaning. Okay, for example, in Bahasa Melayu Malaysia, the word payung. Do you know payung? Payung is umbrella.
Yeah.
Okay.
Umbrella.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Nabila says subordinate. This is
Subordinate.
interesting. What do you mean by subordinate? Nabila, can you share? This is interesting.
Yes, Nabila, maybe you can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Because that is the first English word that pop up into my mind. Because I've been in Malaysia and I'm thinking about anak bawah, meanings
anak.
like the system in office, like subordinate and
Oh, okay.
whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, that is for anak bawang. Oh, okay.
Anak bawang.
Subordinate. Okay. Anak bawang. Okay. Thank you, Nabila. Oh, okay. Anak bawang. Okay. 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 I give you just now. Okay. Umbrella. Payung. Payung is umbrella. But in Malaysia now, when you use the word payung, it doesn't mean umbrella. Okay. For example, you to go to a restaurant and said, okay, let's go to a restaurant and for lunch. Okay. When I use the word payung, it can mean it means okay. Means I will buy you food. Okay. Or I tell you something. For example, jangan kata saya tak payung, meaning that do not say that I don't want you. I do not want you. I do not give you any warnings. Okay, so that is payung. So when we talk about compound words or words, there are words that has different meaning from the original word. Okay, the original meaning. So anak bawang is someone who has joined you, but you don't consider their attendance or don't consider their presence as one of the attendees. Okay, meaning that just in academic term is auditee only. Okay. Okay, so how do you translate buaya darat into English? Buaya darat. Okay. Wow. Okay. There are two equivalents there. One is womanizer, one is playboy. Okay. Yes, it would be weird if you translate buaya darat as land crocodile. Yes, you know that. Okay, buaya is crocodile, but the meaning will not be there if you translate it as land crocodile. Oh, okay. It looks like this compound word is very popular. Okay, maybe okay. One is player. Okay. Aulia, your equivalents here in Malaysia. Okay, let's say. For my age, I would say buaya darat is playboy. But for maybe the youngsters at your age, okay, yes, now I notice that, yes, you will use the word player. Play is playboy, playgirl, okay, but it is more towards boy, male. Okay, so boy dada is playboy. It can be translated as player too. Okay, there is one equivalence here. Boy dada is red flag. Okay, meaning that you notice the evolution of the meaning. So okay, so meaning that you can translate. Okay, so if you have the skills there, so inshallah you can translate, but you have to make sure that you very familiar with the meaning. Okay, so that you can translate it correctly. Okay, so there are cultural nuances and there are different language structures that can give you challenges. Okay, for example, there are words that carries cultural meaning or cultural references, but or it has connotations, but it may not exist in the target culture. Okay, so I'm sure that you know that. Okay, here in Malaysia we do have, let's say, takut, penakut, coward with the animal tikus. Okay, so in English, the reference is chicken. So we cannot say the references between language A and language B will always be the same. Sometimes they have different references, but can give you same meaning. Okay. Okay. Two-word verbs. This is also one of the challenges. It is quite difficult if you do not understand two-word verbs. Okay, for example, give up. So literally, it can be bagi atas. So it is not bagi atas. So it depends. The meaning is depends on the context. Breakdown, pecah, patah, bawah. So it is not that. So if we do not understand the two-word verbs or phrasal verbs, yes, it will be very challenging for us to translate a text. Okay. Okay. Untranslatable terms or words. Okay, I give you two examples. One is dodol and one is malin kundang. Okay, I'm sure that you know what dodol is. Okay, so how do you translate dodol into English? How do you translate dodol? Do you have dodol in Indonesia?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Dodol.
Okay. Okay. So, yes, still dodol. Farisha says traditional food from Garut. Okay, then people might ask you what is Garut? Okay, what is Garut?
Garut is the name of a city in Indonesia.
Oh, okay, the name. Oh, only Garut has dodol, is it?
Not really. Actually, everywhere you can find dodol easily here in Indonesia.
Oh, okay, okay. So Rizka still dodol because it is food, so it will be always be dodol. Okay. So how do you translate malin kundang? Not only in. Okay, Fakrul says dodol also means stupid in certain situation. Okay, what kind of situation means dodol?
Well, Fakhrul, maybe you can explain it.
Farouk, can you explain it? This is new to me.
Perhaps it is something ridiculous. So when a person acts stupidly, then the person is called dodol.
Okay. 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 So it's dodol. Okay, there are two meanings. One is originally it is food,
Yeah, it's a
traditional food.
joke actually.
Oh, okay. So it is a slang. Okay, it is a slang. This chewy text, yes, chewy texture. Okay, so yes, dodol can be translated or written as dodol. So how about malin kundang? How about is malin kundang? How about malin kundang or malin, right? Not malim, right? Okay. It is written as malin kundang. Okay, but then in bahasa Melayu we do have tanggang. So almost the same, but yes, si tanggang, almost the same, but we can say that it depends. If you are translating it into English, it should be malin kundang or tanggang. It depends on what source language is. Okay. Okay. This one, multiple meanings. Okay. Multiple meanings, we can say that whether in one language, okay, there are words that carry different meaning even though the spelling is the same. Okay. This is good, very active. Okay, rebellious child. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Aulia. Okay, you remind me something. Okay, let me go back. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. When it comes to words that cannot be translated, okay, we can retain it and give explanation. For example, dodol, traditional food that is chewy, or we can just translate it as with its equivalent, but then give another explanation. So it depends on the type of translation that you produce. Some clients, some publisher, they do not want that kind of translation. They just want you to retain because it is culture. There are words that cannot be translated, so it should be retained as it is. Okay, multiple meanings. There are words with same spelling, maybe same different pronunciation with different meaning. For example, scale the fish before weighing it on the scale. So scale, the first scale is buang apa ya, sisik ikan. Scale, the second scale is the tools that we use to scale or to weigh the fish. So I drove down the windy road on a windy day. So this is very very direct. You know that there are words that can carry different or multiple meanings. Okay. Okay, we had a picnic by the river bank. Yes, the word bank in English is bank for you in bahasa Indonesia, but in this sentence it is not bank or bank. It is the tebing of the river. So we cannot say that one word will always be the same, will carry the same meaning in other language. Okay, but before that, sorry. Okay, do you know any Malaysian Malay words that have similar meaning or same meaning or same pronunciation, same spelling, but different meaning? Any words from Malaysia that you know?
Kereta.
Kereta. Okay, what is the meaning of kereta in bahasa Indonesia? Kereta means
it's-
mobil.
No, kereta means train in our language.
Oh, kereta means train. Oh, kereta means train. Okay. Yeah, kereta is train. Okay. Train. Pusing, putar. Yes. Duduk. Nabila Azara, can you explain duduk?
Yeah, so when I was in Malaysia, one of my friend asked me about where do I live. She
Ah,
asked me, duduk kat mana, but I thought she asked me about duduk sitting, not about where do I live.
Ah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. For
Bapak,
me, yes. Duduk can be where do you live or
sing
duduk
dari
sit.
mik kuwi apa?
Yeah,
Nang meja.
but it's Nafila. Okay. So, okay, what else? Train, pusing, putar. Okay. This is just a sharing experience. Okay. When I was in Thai, okay, I was there for 2 years, and then I'm still what sometimes if I'm during my not free time. Yes, I've been to Thai since 2004, mistaken. Okay. So when I was in Thai, I had a friend. Okay, she is Thai. Okay, but we use Bahasa Melayu Indonesia to talk, to converse, to communicate because
Oh,
because she learns Bahasa Melayu Indonesia. So that is the time where when I can converse in Bahasa Melayu Indonesia. So because I'm from Malaysia, when I went there, so when she talked to me in Bahasa Melayu Indonesia, at first I was, alamak, what is the meaning of this word? Because I know the meaning of the words, but because of you are moving to a new place with a new language, because you have to learn Thai, and then suddenly you are talking in Bahasa Melayu Indonesia, so all the meanings hilang. So it is quite difficult for me at first talking to her, because it was quite difficult for her talking to me too, because we are talking Indonesia plus Bahasa Melayu Malaysia plus Thai. So the meaning was scattered. So when we fix ourselves, oh, okay, now it is time for us to speak in Bahasa Indonesia. So then we can speak correctly, almost correct. Okay. Okay. Okay, what else? Can you just type a few examples? Malaysian words that you know.
all right. I think Dr. Norhazlina, you are being muted. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes, I'm reading your bilik merenung. Yes, it is tandas. Or bilik termenung.
Bilik teman.
Gratis is okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for this word. Okay, what is gratis for you? Gratis is free. What is percuma for you?
Percuma. In our language, it is like sia-sia.
Yeah, sia-sia. But for us, percuma is free.
Free, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Useless.
Bandara.
Okay, useless. Useless. Okay. Percuma is like a waste. Okay. Bandara. Okay. Okay. So what is the meaning of bapa there?
Father, maybe?
Sorry, I mean, okay, is bapa father there in Indonesia?
Yeah, some say Bapa, Abi and Baba.
Okay, I thought bapa is a reference to someone who is maybe in formal context, or yeah, another word is bokap. I learned the word bokap in Thai. Okay, it can mean you when we are going to sound polite. Oh, okay. Papa. Okay, the word bokap. At first, I quite confused which one is father, which one is mother. But bokap on your cup. So I was like, oh, okay, very difficult. So we cannot say that. Okay, I cannot say that. Okay, I know some words in Bahasa Indonesia, meaning that I can translate. So it doesn't work that way because it involves more than that. Okay, okay. So okay, can we take a 5 minutes break, Mr. Hayudi?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, bokap, bokap. Oh, in daily basis, bapa means father, but I think you prefer to. Oh, okay. Okay. Bapa and pak are two different meanings, right?
Bapa and yeah, it's formal and informal, I think.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Apa in Indonesia, apa? Di mana, di mana? Okay. Yes, correct. Okay. Okay. So can we take 5 minute break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
So do you have any order? What can the participants do during the break?
Okay. I just want you to, okay, the students, okay, give me a few cultural words that you think it is difficult to translate from Indonesia into English.
Okay.
Cultural words.
All right. So we will have 5 minutes break.
Mhm.
And then after that, we're going to discuss back about the cultural words, the difficult one, right?
Yeah, the
The
difficult one.
to be translated.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So the participants who may write in the chat box about the cultural words that you think it's hard to be translated from Indonesia, from Bahasa Indonesia to English. Okay, dear participants, I would like to remind you to find, as many or as many as possible the cultural words that you think it is hard to be translated from Bahasa Indonesia to English, and we need to give 5 minutes of break to Dr. Norhazlina as, I think she is better now, but yesterday She said that she's not really in a good condition. So I think it's okay. For the participants, please be active in writing in the chat box. It's okay, right? Okay.
Okay, inshallah, I am okay because when I read the replies, the chats, I feel like so excited. So I just went to take my drink because
Yeah,
I have
sure.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Yes, I have my drink. Okay.
Come on. Okay.
Okay, I have my students here. If I'm mistaken, Mariatul.
Yeah.
Mariatul ada dalam ni ke? Boleh dengar?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, thank you, Mariatul. Okay, can you give us, Malaysian cultural words that you think it is quite difficult to translate? Just share saja. Saya nampak tadi Mariatul ada share.
Yeah. I think there is one word from Melia here. By the way, she is my student from Bangka Belitung, and she said nganggung. Wow, yeah, it is very hard to be translated. Nganggung. Maybe Melia. Oh, right. Maybe she can explain later, doctor.
Maybe Melia, you can explain later.
Yeah.
Oh, new word, good.
Baper. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think there should be more words we get in the chat box, as we also have some students from other University of Muhammadiyah in Indonesia. I see some students from Unamin, yeah, Sorong. It is in Papua, and also
okay.
yeah.
Wow, okay. Okay, how many of them?
I'm not sure actually, but I think there are some.
Okay, let's start. Okay, we have, let's start with Peka. Okay, Sultan. Okay, can you explain? I'm afraid that I misunderstand the word Peka. What is the meaning of Peka in your language?
So Sultan, maybe you can explain the word peka and then unmute yourself. Understanding other intention.
Oh, okay. So you think that that word is difficult for you to translate? Okay, peka. Okay. Can you guess? Or can you try to translate the word peka into English?
Yeah, Sultan, maybe you can speak and then just explain directly to us, maybe.
Any other intention? Okay. So Sultan, can you try? Also, one would be notice. Yes, it also can be used peka, because the the meaning of peka in your language is understanding other intention. Okay. Peka in bahasa Melayu we can translate it into English as alert or aware.
Aware, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one I'm waiting for this. Nanggung.
Right.
What is
The
nanggung?
word nanggung. Melia, are
We
you
we
with
also
us?
we do have the word nanggung here, but I want to know what is the meaning of nanggung there.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I'm here, ma'am and sir.
Okay.
Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I think nganggung is one of the words that kind of hard to be to be translated by people, especially from English department like me. And yeah, I think first of all, let me to word or broad it kind of the definition of nganggung itself based from Bangka Belitung province meaning. Nganggung is one of tradition or like kind of custom of Bangka people. Bangka people means like Bangka Belitung, I mean, ma'am, is one of the province come from Indonesia. I think kind of island. Bangka Belitung is kind of island, and yeah, one of the tradition itself is nganggung. Nganggung it's kind of collecting some of food from one house. I mean like, and they have to bring that kind of food to the mosque, and then from each houses and also bring the food. It means like they will the food will be eaten in the mosque while they have already done maybe their prayer, for example, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is
It's like a ceremony, maybe.
ceremony.
Yeah, ceremony about especially in Islam or maybe Malay Bangka people like that.
Nganggung.
Yep, nganggung.
Nganggung. Okay. Oh, okay. There is new word there. Okay, thank you. I learned new words, new meaning, new knowledge. Thank you. Bapa, bawa perasaan. So how do you translate this word, bapa, into English? Can you try?
Sofwan Arif Agil.
Sofwan Arif Agil.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Can you please explain to us what does the word that you wrote in the chat box mean?
Yes. It is one of the, I think, like modern language from Indonesia that used by teenager. It's called baper. It is AKA we can call it bawa perasaan. When we translate it literally, I think it can say that carrying a feeling, something like that. But carrying a feeling.
Carrying a feeling, but it is that feeling, right?
You carry your feeling. Yeah, you carry your feeling when you are like talking to another person. But I think in another translation, we can say that you overreact to something or you are too sensitive in other like in something like that. But that's why I think it's hard for me to translate it.
Yes. For me, the first time I heard this word is from Allah Akbar. One of your most one of your popular what do you call that? Not preachers. Allah Akbar. It is not Ustad. What the young Ustad there.
Hmm.
When he recites the Quran,
image.
is very, very, very good. Let's listen to him. What? It's okay, because the first time I heard the word bapa, so I couldn't find the meaning of bapa, and then I'm trying to, okay, one way of translating a very vague word or very cultural, very very strong word. What you need to do is you understand the context. Okay, but when the first time I heard the word bapa, I couldn't understand the context, because he said that, oh, okay, you go to the sea and then you bapa. For example, kemudian ke pantai, bapa raja, kan? So I couldn't get the meaning. So I developed. So later, no, I understand. Bapa is bawa perasaan. Yes, correct, Safwan. If you translate it literally, it would be bring the emotion, bring the feelings away. But the exact meaning is you are trying to express yourself, the feelings, the emotions, right? Okay, so it goes the same to curhat. So curhat. Okay, maybe bapa can be translated into sensitive. Yes, because it is sensitive emotion, kan? Okay, what is the meaning of sak untoro by Nabila Azhara?
It is Japanese word.
Okay, what is the meaning of that sak untoro?
I cannot find the exact word to explain, but sauntoro refers to time when someone just leave and one person asks when does they leave. In that situation, we can use sauntoro figuratively to explain when they leave, which is usually only a few minutes apart.
Okay, so meaning that there is a time lapse there, is it?
Yeah. Miss Astri already answered the question. It's like for a while they just leave, not very long ago, like that.
Okay. Now I see.
But I think there is one word left, missed, upper. There is a word silaturahmi from Ibu Rahmi.
Okay, silaturahmi. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you translate this word? I'm sure that is very, here in Malaysia also difficult to translate this if you do not understand this word. Silaturahmi.
Yeah, I think Ibu Rahmi, Ibu Rahmi Nur Magfirah.
Okay, Ibu Rahmi. How do you translate? How can you translate this?
It's a
So
student. It's a student. Rahmi is a student.
Oh, Rahmi.
student.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, Amin. So who knows, one day you will be a docent.
Amin, inshallah.
Okay, so what would you suggest? Silaturahmi.
So silaturahmi is most like the gathering to maintain good relation, but in the dictionary itself, it's just say friendship, but I think it's
Friendship.
not exactly means.
Yeah.
So it is quite hard to find the most complete.
Yes, I agree with you, Rahmi. This is one of the quite difficult words to translate. Okay, for your information, here in Malaysia, we say this word as silaturahim.
Silaturahim, yeah.
Silaturahim. So, yes, we have silaturahim, but when it comes to translation, it is either relationship, it is either togetherness. So it depends. We can use explanation, or we can use notes if we are allowed to. So it is not wrong, but as long as the meaning is there, it would be good for us. Okay, I saw one. Ali. Some people often use it, but MC says she or he. I do not know MC, the gender of MC here. Are you she or she?
Me.
Oh, you the MC. Okay.
Yes.
And unable to define or explain. Okay, what is Ali?
I actually don't know how to express it, but maybe like when to define someone when they act like too much or overreacting.
Oh, is it? Alamak.
No.
Is it the same alamak in Malaysia? Oh, okay.
Alamak.
Be too much. Ali, maybe. Okay, I don't understand, Rizka. Ali, maybe too much. What do you mean?
Yeah, I think she tried to explain the word alay from the MC.
Oh, alai.
Yeah, alay. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, the pronunciation should be alay, right?
Yes, alay.
Yes. Alai. Oh, okay, alai. Ah, alai.
Alay.
So, come again, the meaning of alai?
It's like when
Too much.
someone acts like too much or overreacting.
Like, is it Indonesian word or just a slang?
It is a slang.
Slang. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it is quite difficult to translate slangs. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, let's say if I am Indonesian, okay, and you ask me to translate from Indonesian to English into English, myself, I have to familiarize myself with the slangs. So otherwise, it would be difficult for me to translate because slangs. Okay, let's say people at my age, we have different slangs compared to your age, different slang. So slang is one of the cultural items that quite difficult to translate. Okay. Okay, bapa can but had. Okay, for a while. Oh, for a while. Okay, oh, a few minutes ago, yes. Okay, Rahmi is student. Oh, our friend. Alai is like you are so ketinggalan zaman. Oh, okay. Is it? Alai is ketinggalan zaman, meaning that you are. Do you know what is the meaning of ketinggalan zaman?
Yeah, Azam, I think you can directly explain it to us, Azam.
Azam, can you explain?
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean by ketinggalan zaman?
So yeah, ketinggalan zaman is like you're so old this kind of thing, and that's for several people we call it alay, or like, yeah, that's so old, you're so old, like that, man.
Okay.
That's what I can explain in English.
Oh, so you are not modern. Modern.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Obsolete.
Betul.
Obsolete. That is so old. Obsolete.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So one of the challenges of translation is culture. So when we talk about culture, it doesn't mean that, okay, culture means the way you eat, the way you the costume that you wear, or the transport that we ride on. It is not necessarily that. Okay. When we talk about culture, there are so many things about culture. Okay, but before that, we have to understand what culture is. Okay, so these are some of the definitions of culture. Okay, culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, arts, morals, law, customs, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by a man as a member of society. Okay, culture is also a complex frame of reference that consists of patterns of traditions, beliefs, values, norms, symbols, and meanings that are shared to varying degrees by interacting members of a community. Whereas by definition by Newmark, he said that culture is a way of life and its manifestation that are peculiar to a community that uses particular language as its means of expression. So when we talk about translation, definitely we are talking about culture, everything, belief, knowledge, arts, custom, and it includes language also. Alai is sticky. Oh, okay. Alai, sticky. So I'm learning, I learn new words. Okay. So these are some of the characteristics or definitions of culture. Normally, culture consists of three components: what we think, what we do, and what we produce. It is the characteristic features of everyday existence shared by people in a place or time. Okay, and culture characterizes an institution and organization, and we can say that it includes belief, symbols, behavior, knowledge, attitudes, goals, and practices, which includes various aspects of life in society. So when we talk about culture and translation, it can be said that it is one of the most popular problems in translation, or the hardest aspect to translate. Okay. There are many challenges in translating cultural items, but these are some of them. Okay. Even though some of them, there are still many. Okay. Visual and non-verbal elements, wordplay and humor, audience expectations, historical and contextual knowledge, cultural adaptation, cultural context, local dialects and variations, idioms and cultural reference, loss of nuance, and cultural sensitivity. Okay, when we talk about cultural items, okay, let me take, for example, the word, the story, Tanggang and Malin Kundang. So it is historical contextual and knowledge. Okay, if you okay, how do you know Malin Kundang? You are too young, and Malin Kundang was ages ago. So how do you know about Malin Kundang? Or Tanggang? How do you know about that? You are not living in Malin Kundang or Tanggang's era, but how do you know about that? Movie and storybooks. Okay. From the story, it has already published everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We know about Tanggang. We know about Malin Kundang from many sources. Movies, storybooks, publication, and so on. Okay. Yes, but we do not live in their eras. Okay. Their decades. Okay. So how are we going to translate historical and contextual knowledge? This is very difficult, because if we do not understand well the history, the contextual knowledge of the terms, we might face problems in translating cultural items. Okay, for example, Malin Kundang. Okay, let's say Kundang. The word Kundang in Bahasa Melayu Malaysia is a type of fruit. The word Kundang. Kundang is like a very small mango, and the seeds is purple color. So Kundang means purple, actually. So Malin is a name. Okay, so Malin Kundang is different meaning, different context, contextual knowledge. So we as a translator, we should know which one, which equivalents can be used. Okay. 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 For example, when we talk about, okay, cultural items, when we talk about cats and dogs, okay, it rains cats and dogs, meaning that hujan lebat. Okay, cats and dogs represent heavy rain in English, but cats and dogs in Bahasa Melayu, especially in Malaysia, they represent two people that cannot be two people, one person cannot meet with another person. If not, if they meet, quarrel, fight. So that is okay, the same meaning in Indonesia.
It's like Tom and Jerry.
Yes, Tom and Jerry. Yes, thank you, Pak Hayudi. Okay, because in Malaysia, okay, but not so. I can say that some of the youngsters, they do not use bagai anjing dengan kucing, but they use like Tom and Jerry, bagai Tom and Jerry, like the mice and the cat. Okay, so yes, we have same reference of animals, but they carry the different meaning. Okay, how about this? Okay, how about this? Okay, these are examples of signboards in Malaysia and in Australia. Okay, this signboard, okay, can be found in Malaysia, and this signboard can be found in Australia, definitely in Australia. Okay, Julius say yes, they can't go together. Thank you, Julius. Okay, this one, okay, we might think that, okay, when we talk about cultural item in translation, okay, this is, yes, it can happen. Okay, let's say if you are translating sign languages, or if you are translating signboards, okay, you have to make sure that the image, you have to make sure that the representation of the meaning is not is translated into the target culture, not the target language. It's only the target culture. Means that, okay, when we talk about lembu here, we call lembu, okay, hati-hati memandu, meaning that be careful while you are driving. So translated into Australian culture, it can become kangaroo, because they do not have cows cows cross the roads. But let's say if we take the kangaroo signboard into Malaysia, it would be weird, very weird, because we do not have kangaroos in Malaysia except in the zoo or the kebun binatang. So we cannot translate that as kangaroo. Yes, we can change it into cows. But here in Malaysia, okay, when we talk about cultural items, for me, if you are a translator or if you are bilingual, you have the skills, you have the advantage, okay, of learning two languages, okay, because one language, you know, okay, the meaning of this, okay, you learn new knowledge. Another meaning in another language, another knowledge, okay. For example, this cow, lembu, it cannot be translated as sapi in Malaysia, because this is our sapi. Lembu translated into Indonesia, it is sapi, right? But in Malaysia, sapi is the minyak sapi. So we don't say minyak lembu, we call it as minyak sapi. I do not know why minyak sapi and if it is milk, susu lembu, not susu sapi. So we have to differentiate when we can use, even though it is both, they are both used in Malaysia. One is minyak sapi and one is cow, lembu. So we have to differentiate when we can use sapi and when we can use lembu. Okay, that is one example. Another example is this. Pancake. Okay. Yes, there are terms, especially when it involves to food, it is quite difficult to translate. So it's very challenging. Okay, for example, pancake. We Asian, we do not have pancake. Okay, pancake is not our traditional food in Asian. But yes, we do eat pancake. I'm sure that all of you have eaten pancake once at least. Okay, so pancake, we do not have that kind of pancake. So it can be translated as PENKEK in Bahasa Melayu Malaysia. So yes, there are cultural items that cannot be translated, but we can naturalize it. So I'm sure that you know that Indonesia has a lot of naturalized words. For example, rekomendasi, from the word recommendation. Okay, it goes the same to pancake, but pancake cannot be translated as lempeng, because pancake and lempeng are two different foods. One is quite fluffy and one is without soda bicarbonate. One is eaten with sweet jam or honey. One is eaten with it's either rendang or sambal or coconut. So when it comes to cultural items, it is very difficult for us to translate if we do not have the understanding of, or we do not understand the cultural context itself. Okay, okay. This one, another one. Okay, can you translate this? I work 40 hours a week for me to be this poor. This is sarcasm. It is quite sarcasm is also a cultural expression that is quite difficult to translate. So can you translate this? I work 40 hours a week for me to be this poor into Bahasa Melayu Indonesia.
Okay, you can try to type in the chat box. I work 40 hours a week for me to be this poor.
Let's try to translate the sentence. I work 40 hours a week for me to be this poor. Please remember, it is sarcasm.
Not enough salary.
Yes, the meaning is not enough salary. So how do you translate this into Indonesia? Okay, and it is sarcasm. Sarcastic. Can you translate this sarcastic sentence? Your language. Memang saya kerja 40 jam seminggu untuk jadi miskin. Okay. Okay. You can post your translation. Okay. Let us see. Okay. One translation. Oh, Mariatul. Okay. She's my student. Okay. Memang saya kerja 40 jam seminggu untuk jadi miskin. Okay. Anyone? With sarcastic sentence.
Anyone else?
Or
Just
you
please.
can yes, or you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. So please, if you feel so tired to type in the chat box, just unmute yourself and then just try to speak. Okay. One second.
Okay, while translating it, let me ask you a question. Is it difficult to translate this sentence? It is very, very easy. I work 40 hours a week for me to be this poor. Is it difficult to translate this sentence?
Maybe to translate is not difficult, but to get the feeling is difficult.
Yes, that is what I want to hear or want to read from the translation. Because yes, we understand the meaning. I work 40 hours a week for me to be this poor. We know that it is very sarcastic. But in order for us to be sarcastic in the translation, yes, it is very challenging. So yes, even though, okay, you are translating it from English into Malay, be it Bahasa Melayu Malaysia or Bahasa Melayu Indonesia, so it is quite difficult to translate sarcastic sentences or sarcasm because you have to get the feel. You have to get the feelings, okay? You have to feel the sentence, meaning that you have to be sarcastic. Okay, aku capek kerja tapi gak kerja miskin. Okay. Yes. We have to make sure that, okay, we have to, this is what we call as nuance, okay? If the sentence is sarcastic or very sad, so meaning that the translation should be also sad or sarcastic. So this is very difficult to translate. Yes, we know that, we understand the sentence, we know the meaning, but it is quite difficult for us to translate it. MC says, capek-capek kerja masih aja miskin. Okay, any other translation? So, okay, MC and Mariatul, they post the translation with emojis. I do not know emoji for the meaning or for the translation. I do not know. Okay. Okay. Let us look at the three translations. Which one do you think is the most sarcastic? By Mariatul, by Azam, or by MC? Which one do you think it is sarcastic? Yes, they are all are sarcastic, but do you think which one is the most?
I think the last one is sad.
The last one, okay. Pak Hayudi says the last one, yeah. There is the feeling is almost there, okay, because you are so tired, capek-capek kerja, masih aja miskin. Still you are very poor. Okay. Okay. So the second one. Okay, let's try the second one. Nice perfume. How long did you marinate in it? Nice perfume. How long did you marinate in it? This is very sarcastic. Okay. Marinate is a cooking term. Yes, marinate is a cooking term. So marinate means you soak or you put something so that the taste penetrate into the food. Okay. Wangi banget habis mandi parfum ya. Okay, tu MC says that. Wangi banget habis mandi parfum ya. Okay. Kamu wangi banget dah. Okay, Azam says that. Kamu wangi sekali. Pak Hayudi says that. Boleh jadi beli bau busuk perkasam. Wanginya berapa lama kau perap ni? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, do you busuk perkasam? I don't remember the equivalence of perkasam. Perkasam means fish that is marinated in rice or glutinous rice. You also have perkasan Mainun, right? Okay. Wanginya berapa lama kau perap ni? Okay, meaning that you are so you are so fragrant. So how long have you been marinated in it? Oh, okay, very literal. While sambil tutup hidung, meaning that you have to cover the nose. Oh, kamu wangi banget. Tumben. Tumben or tumben? Which one is the correct pronunciation?
Tumben, tumben.
Tumben. Okay. Oh,
Tumben.
kamu wangi banget. Banget, tumben. Okay, parfumnya wangi. Berapa lama kamu berdandan? Okay. Okay. So, which translation do you think is sarcastic? This one, I can say that this time, all of you is quite sarcastic.
Yeah.
Because it's very common, right? So if the sentence or the cultural references are familiar to us, it will be easy for us to translate. If not, we have to be in that situation. We have to be in that context. Okay. So these are some examples of cultural items. Okay. I just want you to translate these two. Okay. As straight as an apple. So how do you translate this into bahasa Melayu? As straight as an apple.
I think you are being muted, Doctor.
Allahu Akbar, sorry. Thank you. Merah seperti saga, putih seperti salju, semerah apel, seputih salju. Okay. This one, okay, these two translation. Okay, I would like to ask the lecturers of UAD. Okay. The first one, okay, this first one is from, I think it's from Malaysia. Okay. Merah seperti saga, yes, it is correct. But putih seperti salju, it is not that. It is not, I can say that it is incorrect. Incorrect. Okay. 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 Lecturers from UAD. Semerah apel. Okay. So do you think it is correct in your culture?
Well, so there are some lecturers from UAD
Okay.
joining this international guest lecture, Bu Arilia and friends.
Thank you, Mariatul and MC. Okay. So lecturers from UAD, do you think semerah apel can be accepted in your culture? Ratri. You there, Ibu Ratri? Ratri Nur. Okay, Arilia says not familiar with that. Okay.
Not familiar.
Okay, any other lecturer? Any lecturers? Aulia Hidayati is, are you a student or lecturer? Aulia Hidayati. Oh, Mariatul, you change your translation. Okay. Okay, we are waiting for the lecture. Okay, Pak Hayudi. So do you think Semerah apple exists in your... okay. Semerah apple exists in your culture?
Um,
Hayudi?
I think Semerah apple, I think it's not familiar in our culture, but yeah, I do agree with the statement from Ibu Arelia. Semerah delima. Delima is the name of a fruit, and seputih kapas.
Yes.
It's not as a snow.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. Okay, when we talk about cultural items, idioms, expressions, as straight as an apple, it looks like very easy lah. Very easy to translate. Mudah. Okay, as white as snow. Yes, it is very easy to translate. But then when we talk about cultural items, yes, what Ibu Arelia said, that she doesn't, she's not familiar with that, and then Pak Hayudi commented just now. So when we talk about cultural items, okay, we have to make sure that the cultural references or the cultural meaning is also translated into the target language. Okay, for example, at first, Maria Tul said, okay, she gave merah seperti saga. Yes, it is correct. Okay, putih seperti salju. We do not have snow in Malaysia, so she corrected it. And then Ibu Arelia said semerah delima seputih kapas. Yes, when we talk about cultural items, this can be a good translation because we are talking about cultural item, meaning that we convey the cultural meaning into the target language. Okay, okay. Okay, can we try one? Sambil menyelam minum air. This is very popular, I think. Sambil menyelam minum air. Okay, Astri Fajria. Is she a student or lecturer?
Lecturer.
Lecturer. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. This for me, this is the best translation of sambil menyelam minum air. Okay, because killing two birds with one stone carries the same meaning as sambil menyelam minum air. Okay, one more. Okay, I am not so sure. Okay, killing two birds with one stone. Okay. Okay, air tenang yang menghanyutkan. Air tenang yang menghanyutkan. Okay, students from Malaysia, if you know the meaning of air tenang yang menghanyutkan, okay, try to translate these idioms into English. Wow, okay, Asri Fajria. Oh, okay, lecturer. Okay, yes, still water runs deep. Okay, in bahasa Melayu, in Malaysia, we call it air yang tenang jangan disangka tiada buaya. So different. Different. So let's say air yang tenang yang menghanyutkan translated into Malaysian Malay language is air yang tenang jangan disangka tiada buaya. Translated into English, it is still water runs deep. So translating cultural items, cultural references, yes, it is interesting, but it is very challenging. If we do not have the worldview, most probably we will have difficulties in translating those cultural items. Okay. Okay, this one. Anyone knows what this? Have been to Malaysia. I'm sure that you know this. What are these? Yes, this is laksa, but we do have, this is original laksa, laksa Penang. We have this laksa, not laksa, laksam, laksa from Kelantan. And we have this laksa Sarawak, we have this laksa Johor. Do we have laksa in Indonesia? Do we have laksa in Indonesia? Any laksa in Indonesia?
Yeah, I think in some part of Indonesia we do have laksa.
Oh, bakir Jawa. Bakmi. Yes, I know bakmi. Okay. Yes, okay. When it comes to, oh, ada laksa. Okay. So when it comes to food like this, okay. For example, this Johor laksa, it can be translated as Johor laksa. So Johor is the adjective for this laksa. So laksa will be translated as laksa. So be it laksa from Sarawak, Penang, Kedah, Singapore, or Johor, so it would be laksa, but you can put the adjective in front of it. Okay. How about this? This is, okay, another examples of difficulties in translating cultural item. So it is, at first I was like, huh? Yes, it is very popular here. How do you translate nasi kerabu? Oh, rice to Wednesday, which is totally wrong. Because rice is, yes, rice is, nasi is rice.
Yeah.
Ke means to, Rabu means Wednesday. So it is not rice to Wednesday. It is, will be remain as nasi kerabu. Okay, or some people, not some people, some publication accept it as kerabu rice. Okay. Okay, how about this? Okay, so okay, can you translate this bakpia into English?
Still bakpia. Maybe.
Yeah, so it is written as bakpia. Oh, pie. Pie. I thought pie is different, Azam.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. So because bakpia is very specialty from Indonesia. So yes, some people they might think that okay, it can be translated. Yes, it can be translated. Let's say if you translate it as stuffed pizza. So the meaning is not there. The taste is also not there. So bakpia should be retained as bakpia. And we have a lot of traditional foods, which for me is quite challenging, quite difficult to translate. You have so many things. You have ungkep, so many things. We also have met so many things. But when we talk about translating traditional food, yes, we are allowed to give explanation. Okay, or for example, bakpia, and then in bracket parentheses, the explanation of bakpia. It is okay as long as the meaning is there. Okay, okay, this one. This is very popular among Malaysia and Indonesia. This one, what do you call this?
Martabak. Martabak.
Yes, martabak. And we call it, okay, huh? Terang bulan? Oh, which one is terang bulan?
The left one. It refers to the left one. It's just like a moon. Yes.
Which one? Terang bulan. Oh, martabak manis.
Yeah.
Oh. Martabak telur, apam Pulau Pinang. Wow. So many names. Okay. What is the meaning of pulu?
Apam Pulau.
I don't know for the specific translating, mom, but it just for my dialect, it's apam Pulau Pinang called for the dessert, like
Wow.
the terang bulan.
Terang bulan. So
Yeah.
this is the first time I know that this is terang bulan. Okay, or martabak manis. Okay. So this is what we call as apam balik in Malaysia. Okay, apam balik. Apam balik. And this is martabak. Martabak is like roti canai. It has fillings inside it. So when we talk about translating traditional foods, okay, we have to make sure that our audience will understand the best translation. Okay, let's say if we are talking about translating one cultural items, one reference into Malay language, so we have to make sure which Malay language. Is it Indonesian, or is it Brunei, or is it Singapore or Malaysia? Because we have same, let's say food, for example, we have same food but different meaning. Okay, one is martabak manis and one is apam balik. So we have different reference. Okay, different references. Okay, one more. This is another example. Okay, I'm sure that in Indonesia you do have dialects, and some of the dialect words are used in standard language. Okay, for example, mangga, mempelam, or pelam, or pau. Okay, these are mangga or mango. This is also mango, mangga. This is also mangga. This is also mangga. To some people, padlock is mangga. So when we talk about, okay, I want to eat mangga, I want to eat mempelam. So which mango are we referring to? This mango, or this mango? Okay, and at the same time, this mangga is also called as pedal ayam. But pedal ayam is this, chicken gizzard. So it is quite confusing when we talk about cultural items. If we do not understand the meaning, yes, definitely we will face difficulty in translating it. Okay, another example is this. M.Ed. Now M.Ed, M.C.D. in Malaysia is translated as M.E.K.D.I. The pronunciation of the word of the acronym M.C.D. is pronounced and spelled as M.E.K.D.I. Very common here. And this one, this is what we call as localization. So if you can translate, I'm sure that there are many translations that are produced according to the locals. Okay, for example, if I'm not so sure, I hope you can see this. Besides M.Ed emblem, there is one advertisement about advertisement on McDonald's, but it is in Kelantan and Terengganu. So while Wow Bulan is a kind of kite in Kelantan and Terengganu. So this translator translate Wow Bulan, not only the word Wow Bulan, but the writing of Wow Bulan in Jawi. So this is what we call as localization. I'm not so sure in Malaysia, in Indonesia, but localization is very popular because the translator translate based on according to the locals. Okay, for example, let's say we take one meaning, one name, translated in Jakarta with one name, translated in Lombok another name, translated in let's say in Aceh another name. So this is what we call as localization. So if someone can localize cultural items, meaning that he or she has quite good knowledge of the locals. Okay, and then another one is technical term. Okay, technical terms means that you are translating technical documents or documents with a lot of technical terms. Okay, so it is either this type of translation possess two major problems. One is specialized vocabulary, and the other one is length of the original text. Okay, specialized vocabulary meaning that you are required to translate based on the specialized industry. For example, let's say if you are translating a text for engineers, a text for architectures, Okay, so you are translating specialized vocabularies. Or sometimes there are texts or there are languages that they concise more than others. Okay, it means that short instructional manual in one language can grow to become a much larger document in another if the translator isn't careful. Okay, for example, legal text. Okay, we can have 20 words in one sentence of legal text. It is very common. So if we translate it into Malay or into another language, so if we are not really careful, meaning most probably we will mistranslate it. So we have to be very careful to ensure the accuracy is retained. Okay. For example, these are two examples. Okay. One is manuals for television. Okay, so how do you translate inverter? How do you translate the main board, power supply? So these are some of the examples. This is manuals for TV, how to repair a TV. So the second one is this. Okay, this is very common, but if we do not take it serious, we might produce not a good quality translation. I take this from Maybank website. It is a bank, one of the big banks in Malaysia. So very common, insurance, wealth services, very common. But then below the items, there are many terms that should be translated correctly. For example, fixed deposit, mudarabah IA, and then PIDMs. So it should be translated correctly. So technical terms, meaning that we have to refer to the glossaries, we have to refer to the institution. If we can get the glossaries or the definition defined or given by the institution, it would be good for us. Okay. Okay. Okay, this one. Personal matters. Okay. You are English study program students. Okay. I'm sure that maybe some of you are asked by friends from other faculties or other programs to translate or to write in English. Anyone here have that experience? Anyone here?
So anyone here? Oh yeah, Rizka Maldi, she said yes, ma'am.
Okay, Rizka, I would like to ask you why you send the emoji. Okay, can you share?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why that kind of emoji?
Because I found it's funny. They act like we know everything about English. Like every time they see or listen about English words, they're gonna ask us like, "Do you know what is this meaning?" or anything else like that. I found that funny because we are not a machine that know everything about it, because we also still learn about it.
Okay, I like your reply. I like your comments. Okay, yes. That is why what I said just now at the beginning of the session, people might think that okay, if let's say if we have two languages or if we can speak in two languages, meaning that we can translate, we know everything. Okay, that is the misunderstanding about translation. Okay, so people might think that, oh, okay, Rizka, okay, what is the meaning of this, Rizka? What is the meaning of this? How do you translate this? Okay, that is very common. I have experienced it. So that sometimes, okay, Rizka, I would like to ask you this. Okay, so have you asked by your friends to translate a passage or just paragraph? Have you?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay. So how do you feel?
pressure.
Sorry?
Pressure, but if I know and understand what they ask me, I will answer it. But if I still confused or I don't know, I just told them like I don't understand what's the meaning of this, and then I start searching from Google Translate also for helping myself because I don't know all of the words in English because I'm still learning.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. We are still learning. Okay. So, but okay. Being a translator or being a bilingual. Okay. So sometimes it is quite challenging for us to just to say to people or to I can say remind people that yes, we are not a machine. We are not a translation machine. Except yes, everything. If we know everything, yes, if we have everything in our mind, our brain, it would be okay. But then, if you are talking translation, sometimes personal matters personal matters can be challenges of translation. Okay, for example, okay, let's say if someone asks you to translate, okay, because you are English study program students, can you translate this? Just 2 paragraphs. Okay, say okay because she is or he is your friend. Okay, you will translate it. But then you may ask him, when do you want this? And she said that, can I have it now? Okay. So it is quite difficult for us. Okay, she's your friend, but then okay, so it's very challenging. So in that particular of time, okay, at that particular of time, so quality versus speed, that is another aspect. Okay, so whether we want to translate it because of she wants it immediately, or we can say that okay, I need time to translate this so that I can make sure that the quality is there. Okay, and then the complexity of the text, cultural considerations, subject matter expertise, proofreading and editing, work-life balance, revisions, and client feedback. They are also, we can say, as part of personal matters. Okay, okay. For example, if you are okay, this is my tips, not tips, not advice, not tips, just sharing session. Later, if someone asks you to translate, you have to make sure that okay, you have enough time to translate. You cannot say that okay, oh, you are going to pay me. Okay, I can do it within 1 hour. So you have to make sure that because let's say if you translate it within 1 hour, okay, 1 page, 1 hour, and you are working towards speed, not quality. So most probably later, someone will say that, oh, okay, don't ask her to translate for you. The quality is so bad. So we are trying to avoid that. So you have to make sure that you are given enough time to translate because we also have our other things to do. Okay. And we have to make sure that we proofread, we edit our translation. And if we do not understand or we do not know the meaning of one sentence, one verb, or one word, one expression, just ask. It would be very good if we can ask rather than we just keep quiet because we might translate wrongly. Okay, so what we need to do is we have to make sure that we make sure that ourselves is I can say that capable of ourselves are capable of doing that. Okay. If not, just reject it politely because translation involves mental activity. If we cannot control our mental, if you cannot control our mind, there's a time that you will feel so stressed. Okay. We cannot working in a language that we are not proficient in. We cannot accept more work than we can handle, and we cannot accept documents not in our area of specialization, and we have to make sure that we keeping ourselves up to date. Okay. When we talk about up to date, we have to make sure about this. Okay. the rapid growth of machine translation. We cannot deny this. Okay, at the beginning of the session, Pak Hayudi says about the technology. Okay, I like that sentence because it reminds me of where we are now. Okay, when we talk about translation and we do not know anything about machine translation, so meaning that we are not living in 2023. Most probably we are living in 18 or 90s, 19s. Okay, so we have to make sure that we are keeping ourselves up to date. Okay, so this is a forecast of machine translation market size and share up to 2030. Okay, so this is very good actually for machine translation. Okay, and I would like to say that I'm not denying. Okay, when we talk about translation, Indonesia is very rapid compared to Malaysia. Okay, you can translate very fast because you have you have a pool of translators. Yes, we have translators in Malaysia, but it is either you want to translate it based on quality or quantity. Okay, so this is prediction, okay, of forecast of machine translation market analysis up to 2030. So we can see that machine translation is everywhere now. But okay, so these are some of the examples of machine translations. Some of them are free. Okay, and then we do have now ChatGPT. I'm sure that you know ChatGPT. ChatGPT is now all around the world. We have Microsoft Bing Translator, we have Google Translate, we have so many things. But we have to make sure that there are certain machine translations that only cater for certain languages. Okay, we cannot say that because we have Google Translate, so we can translate from any language, from any languages. Based on my my observation, Google Translate is now better compared to Google Translate 10 years ago or a few years back. Okay, the grammar is okay now, but we have to understand that, okay, machine translation has its limitations. Okay, yes, it is very good. Okay, but machine translation doesn't have the softness. Okay, they can translate cultural items, they can translate sentences, but the softness is not there. So human touch should be included in machine translation. So if you use machine translation, you have to make sure that you reread. If you need to edit. If you need to correct it, please correct it, because there are machine translation made by machine translation is so, I can say that it's so not so soft, and it's very hard. Hard means no feelings, no emotion. So you have to put emotion in it. Okay, and okay, let's try. Okay, I just want, because we have another one.
Well, let me remind us that maybe we have to give a chance for our students, for the participants, to have Q&A sessions. So maybe we can still have about 5 more minutes. From you,
okay, this is inshallah. Okay, because this is I hope this is my slide, if I'm mistaken. Okay, you just try. Okay, let's try. Okay, later. Okay, just Google the AAsia website. Okay, because I couldn't access AAsia website using using Indonesian language. So by looking at this website, you will realize that, okay, translating terms, translating cultural items, especially translating sentences, will not be as easy as we think. Yes, we know AirAsia, we know you know Garuda, but when it comes to translation, it would be very difficult if we do not understand the context of the website. Okay. So my conclusion, this is my conclusion would be, okay, we know that the role of translator involves much more than simply being proficient in two languages. So in order for us to excel in translating various types of documents, we must possess a wide array of skills. So we must have a very good worldview, because we should know that translation is a complex process with numerous challenges that go beyond that choosing the right words, because we know that a translator must not only convey accurate words, but also ensure that the intended message is delivered effectively, so that people know, or the target audience can read the message well, can understand the message well without any challenges. Okay, so that, okay, I would like to end my sharing session with this. Translation is not a matter of words only, it is a matter of making intelligible a whole culture. And as a translator, we should know that continuous learning is important, so that we are not caught off guard when we see an unfamiliar word. By that, thank you. Do you have any question to us? I would
All right.
I would like to answer.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Norhazlina Husin, for the very fruitful presentations about the common challenge of translations, especially nowadays by the development of the technology. And also we have discussed about 4 common challenges of translations, if I'm not mistaken. It's about language, language structure, and then culture, personal matters, and also industry. But from our discussions, it seems like that culture becomes the very hardest challenge for us, especially as a human. We need to translate in something like that. And well, we still have 15 minutes for all participants. I want to open the first sessions. Maybe it consists of 3 first questions, and then you might write it in the chat box or unmute yourself. All right, so while waiting, let's see, we have one. Oh, no, it's not questions. Okay, for those participants, if you think you have something to ask to Dr. Norhazlina, so please. If also you need to discuss about the presentations, maybe you have something that in accordance to your perspective, it's not, it doesn't match to your own perspective, so please just ask the questions. Well, while waiting for the other questions from participants, maybe I have very simple questions related to translations, Dr. Norhazlina. The first one, we talk about source language and also target language, right? It means like target language can be, is it possible that target language is not English for us? Like maybe we can translate from English to Bahasa Indonesia, and also from Bahasa Indonesia to English. So which one is the most challenging? I think because it is different. It's different technique, different way, and also different types of challenge that we can face during the translation process.
Okay. For me personally, it is quite difficult if we translate from our mother tongue to our second language.
Okay.
For example, translating from Malay into English. If English is our second language or English is our foreign language, because when we talk about translating, okay, so meaning that we have to retain the meaning. If the language is not considered as our mother tongue, it would be very difficult if we cannot convey the meaning effectively. Because let's say if you're translating from English into Bahasa Indonesia, because Bahasa Indonesia is your mother tongue, you talk every day with Bahasa Indonesia. So I'm sure that you can convey meaning in Indonesia well compared to English, just like sarcastic sentences just now. So it is quite challenging. If I'm not saying that you cannot translate from Indonesia in English, but if you are very well versed in English and you are very confident with your English or your second language, it would be okay. Okay, there are translators who translate from mother tongue to the second language. It is for me, it is the translator's preference actually.
All right. Okay. Yeah, because I noticed that these two activities will have different techniques, right? And
Yes.
also, yes. Dear participants, you can ask, you can raise your hands or type the questions in the chat box, maybe. All right. While waiting for the questions from the participants, I am interested in asking about your educational background, like translations and interpretation. So, can you please explain a little bit to us about the differences between translations and interpretations?
Oh, okay.
Because,
Okay, actually, I have previously I have prepared just one slide, the differences between interpretation and translation. Okay, interpretation means, okay, let me share with you just one slide. Okay. Okay, interpretation means that you are translating verbally. Okay, whereas translation means you are translating a written text. Okay, can you see can you see my slide?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so interpreting or interpretation means you translate with spoken words. Translation means you translate with written words. So one is written, one is spoken.
Okay.
Like for me, spoken, when you interpreting something, meaning spoken, meaning that the first thing come from your mouth should be correct. You cannot reverse at all.
All right. Yeah, it's clear.
I had an experience being an interpreter for a friend from Malang University when he went to Walalak University in Thailand. So it is quite challenging for me to interpret, because once spoken, it should be the correct one. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So the differences are located in the way we deliver the information. One is written and one is spoken language. All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. From the participants, if you have any questions related to translations. Okay. I think we have one question here in the chat box from Sofwan Arif Agil. Okay, I will help you to read the questions. Excuse me, ma'am. We talk a lot about the challenge in translation sections, but I'm curious if there any challenge from the client or the customer. Okay, do you have an experience where the challenge is coming from the client, and could you tell us what is it? Okay, so it means like from the other side of translator, other than translator. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, few experiences. Okay, one is, okay, they give you one text, okay, to be translated into 2 days. Okay.
Oh.
Yes, if you are a translator, freelance translator, you can ask for you can ask for a markup. Okay, you can ask for extra charge. Okay, or yes, I have experience when, okay, let's say I give you 2 pages to be translated in 5 days. Okay, 5 days, 2 pages, and then on the 3rd day, on the 2nd day, I have extra paragraphs. Can you add more? Can you add on? Say okay, and then on the 3rd day or the 4th day, another paragraph. So there's one thing, and I have experience where you know, this is from one institution. Okay, so they have translated one document, and then we ask us to translate another document. So actually this document is the second part of the document, so we should refer to the first document. So they didn't give us the first document because they said that we know, okay, and we did not know the first document because until we notice a sentence saying that this is referring to the first part of that document. So we were almost finished, 90%, finished 90%. So we have to check everything all over again. Okay, that's quite challenging. And okay, this is a tip from me, sister, to you if you want to be a translator. Okay, when I first did the translation when I was in my first degree, and then one customer asked me to translate. I was like, okay, translate. He gave me one chapter and he said that, okay, I will pay you 100 ringgit. Okay, then I translated it. Okay, and then he came again and he asked me to translate, if not mistaken, 4 chapters in a book, and I was paid, as I could still remember, I was paid 300 ringgit at that particular time. I was a student. I thought, oh, 300 ringgit is very big amount of money. But then when after I finished everything, I realized that 300 ringgit is very, very low. I was underpaid. So, okay, if you want to be a translator, you have to make sure that you are not underpaid. Just because you have the language or you have 2 languages, it doesn't mean you should accept any amount of money if you are talking about money lah. If not, just ignore it. Okay?
All right. Okay, thank you very much. So if I may conclude that, please, it's just an additional experience. Please make sure and be careful where your customer is your friend. So
yes,
yeah,
that is good. Thank you, Hayudi.
the paragraphs can add sometimes, but you cannot ask for any additional charge for it.
Yes.
Yeah, because they are our friends, right? Okay. Do you still have any questions? All right. Maybe this one becomes the last questions because we still have around 5 more minutes before handing out or hand over the certificate from the head of the English department. Maybe as the concluding statements from you also. I want you to conclude like by the existing of the artificial intelligence now, is it a challenge or a benefit? Yeah.
To take a deep breath. Okay, for me, it can be a benefit if we can use it properly. Okay, I would suggest my student to use it wisely. You can use AI, you can use machine translation just to get the idea of the text.
Yeah.
Okay, but you cannot use or you cannot depend 100% on the AI or machine translation. Yeah, I can say that personally for me, I can say that machine translation actually it is a threat for translator if the translator does not care about the quality of translation. Okay, But we have to make sure, okay, for me personally, Bahasa Melayu Malaysia compared to Bahasa Melayu Indonesia, widely used is Bahasa Melayu Indonesia. So I noticed that, okay, because some of the machine translation or AIs, they can cater Bahasa Melayu Indonesia better than Bahasa Melayu Malaysia. So if we want to use AI and machine translation, just use it wisely. But please make sure that they do not threaten us as a human. We have to put the touch of human should be there.
All right. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Norhazlina Husin. Okay. Well, I think that would be the end of our sessions, questions and answer. And thank you very much for the students from the doctor, professor, and also all academia joined this international guest lecture. Especially thank you very much for the associate professor, Dr. Norhazlina Husin. Thank you very much for very fruitful presentations and also discussions, not only presentations, but also discussions about the translation. Last year, I did a research about post-editing machine translations. So do a machine translations and then do editing after that. It's like combinations between machine and humans translation. So I think it might the best choice among the existing of the machine translation right now that we can find them everywhere. And I think the next sessions will be taking a photo together. So I want to ask for the operator to help us to take a picture together. And please, for all participants, make sure you turn on the camera, and then we can take a picture together. All right. I think that the operator can help us to take a picture. And then after that, I'm going to give back the sessions to the Master of Ceremony. And once again, thank you very much for the insightful presentation from Dr. Norhazlina Husin. Thank you very much for the participation from all the audience, from all the students, and also the teacher or lecturers in our special occasion this afternoon. Thank you very much. My name is Hayudi from Universitas Muhammadiyah Bangka Belitung. See you again in another special occasion from Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I will give back to the MC and for taking picture together.
Okay, everyone, you may turn on your camera and we will have a photo session first before we end this discussion.
Okay, everyone, please take a picture for the first slide. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Second slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next slide. Open your camera, please, so we can take a picture together. There is one lintang here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Action. Okay. Last slide. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Terima kasih everyone. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Terima kasih.
Hello, bye-bye everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Norhazlina and Mr. Hayudi. It was such an excellent topic with a clear explanation that gave a new incredible insight for us. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our last agenda for today's international guest lecture. My name is Marshanda and representing all of the committees, and I would like to say thank you for your participation and I apologize for the mistakes. I hope this webinar will be useful for you. And let's close our agenda today by reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. And see you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye, guys.
Dr. Norhazlina, thank you. Makasih banyak.
Thank you. Terima kasih banyak.
Bye everyone. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Everyone.
Is Pak Rifai here?
I guess no. He's in another meeting. Yeah, this evening, ma'am. We're going to send the certificate letter. Yes, Pak Rifai probably.
Please send my regards to him.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Doctor.
you.
See you.
Looking around in the clearest way, we'll find many things still in the darkness.
And we realize we can't give silence. We have to bring the fire to enlighten this world.
Looking back to the history of our nation, there were big ideas and great creations. Raise your